Hey guys, welcome to Quickfix Guitar. My name is Aaron. If you're a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you very much for coming back. Thank you for liking and commenting on the videos. It's very much appreciated. However, if you are new here, let me tell you all about what I do here at Quickfix Guitar. So here on the channel, I upload 3 lessons per week, every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, on songs from a variety of genres, but with the main focus around hard rock, rock, punk and metal. And then the following day, I release a cover of the song, so you can see the song being played in its entirety. And I've also been known to review the odd piece of gear from time to time. Guitars, pedals, amps, you name it. I love chatting about it. So if all that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please consider hitting the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss a single upload. And with that being said, let's jump into the lesson on this classic Sex Pistols tune. Alright, lesson time. Anarchy in the UK by the Sex Pistols. The heavy hitter, the big dog off the Nevermind the Bollocks album, and probably the song that most people are familiar with if you have heard of a Sex Pistols song. And the lesson for this, it shouldn't take too long because it's relatively easy. So for this lesson, we are on the bridge pickup and we're in standard tuning. And to play along with the record, you'll need a phaser pedal playing over the top of it. It's a pretty iconic song for having that phaser tone. So here on my Boss Katana, I've got a little phaser playing. So I'll give you a little tone sample, sorry. So that's what it should sound like if you're playing along with the record. However, if you don't have a phaser pedal, of course, you can just play along to your heart's content. So I've got my Boss Katana on the lead channel, gain at about 12 o'clock, and I've tried to set the EQ up to sound like Steve Jones's guitar off the album, but it's pretty hard to get it exactly right, but I've got it roughly in the area. So that's the tone sample. Now that we've got that out of the way, I'll jump into the lesson. All right, for the remainder of the lesson, I won't have that phaser pedal going on, just so that it's not distracting, having that effect on the guitar. We can just play it with straight distortion so you can see and hear what it sounds like. So it starts on this G power chord here on the A string at the 10th fret. So index finger on the A string, 10th fret, ring finger on the 12th fret on the D string, and it's all down strummed. Lets it hang for a little bit, slides up to the 8th fret here. So on the 10th, let it hang, slide up to the 8th, to the 7th, 5th, 3rd, so D, C. Just like that. And you can put a few little down up downs in there just to give it a bit more character, a bit more flavour if you want. Then when you get to that C, you're doing some palm muting. And every now and then he's just lifting his index finger on and hammering it down. Just like that, and that gives it a little bit of a percussive feel there. So hammering on, and hangs around on that C chord for a few bars, and then eventually it kicks in with the vocals. So it's the verse riff. And then we slide back down to the 8th, then the 7th, then back to the 3rd. So one hit on the 8th, one hit on the 7th, and then back to the 3rd. And on the record, you can hear it, it's just going to the 8th and the 7th there, but I've seen live, Steve Jones does like to come up here and play an F and an E power chord here, which is the exact same chord, same notes, it's just played in a different position, so he does play it every now and then. F, so that's on the 1st fret on the low E power chord, then followed by an E power chord, so low E open and then barring on the A and the D. But on the recording, it's just going to the 7th, the 8th, and then the 7th, and then back to the C. And then it goes up to the G. Plays that, and then we go back and we play that intro riff again. So that is the chorus riff. So I should have said the intro riff is the chorus riff, and that C, 8th, 7th, C is the verse riff. So it goes through that a few times, and then eventually we get to the solo. So the chords underneath the solo, it's just going from a C to a D. So 3rd fret A string to 5th fret. So that's what's happening underneath the solo. Now I'll quickly show you what the solo looks like. So if you think of it as a C major chord, if you know that one, it's just that shape, but played down here on the 14th fret, 13th, and the 12th. So your ring finger's on the 14th of the G, your middle finger is on the 13th of the B, and your index finger is on the 12th of the high E. So it's this shape, and it's just played there, and it's slid up 3 frets, just like that, and it goes back and forth. So you hit the G, followed by the E, then the B, and then back up to the G. So G, high E, B, G. Oops. Slide that down. Exact same pattern. And you do that through 3 times, and then on the 4th time you do something different, but I'll just show you what it looks like. Then on the 4th time you do it once more here on the 12th fret. And then you just lift your index finger off, and you're just playing the B and the G here. Just all down strummed. Slide it down 2 frets. And then back. So I'll show you that whole section there, and then there's another bit that comes after that. So playing those 2 strings together, slide up 2 frets and then slide back 2 frets. And then the next bit, it's really hard to hear in the actual recording what exactly he's playing, but I've come up with something that sounds roughly like what he's playing. It's super hard to hear, but after we do those 2 slides, we come up here to the 5th fret on the G string, and we play that, and then to the 7th, and then back to the 5th. And then we play 4, 5, 4, 5 on the G. Then we reach up with our middle finger. This bit feels a bit weird because you're sort of crossing your fingers over. We reach up and grab the 5th fret of the D, then the 5th fret of the A, then we slide to the 2nd fret to that B note on the A, and then reach up with our middle finger and grab 3rd fret on the low E to the G. So it should look and sound like this. I'll play it slow first. And you give a bit of a vibrato on that G there. And then you're back into the verse riff. As I said, it's really hard to hear exactly what he's playing, but to my ear it sounds something like that. So feel free to experiment with that bit if you want. And as I said, we're back into the verse. Does that, goes back to the chorus riff, and then there is a second solo. So the chords underneath that are the C and the D again. I'll quickly show you this second solo. I guess you could call it a solo, it's more like a rhythm solo. So it is using this pattern that we used before, but I like to use my index and middle finger for this one. So index finger is on the B string at the 8th fret, ring finger is on the G string at the 9th fret. And if you get that D in there, open D, that's fine, it works as well. But try and play it clean if you can. And you're sliding it up 2 frets. So you hit it and slide up. Hit it twice, slide up. Do it again. And then we reach up with our ring finger and we touch on the 12th fret of the G string. Then we take it off again and we do one more slide. So really slow. So you can get that D string in there and it's fine, it rings out, it matches with it. But that'll take a little practice just to get the pattern down, and he is sort of muting it in between with his right hand, so it's not ringing out the whole time. So I'll play it once more slowly. So it does that phrase through the slide, it does that 4 times, and then he comes up here and he hits this note here, which is in the minor pentatonic here for the C, and just puts a bit of vibrato on it, lets it ring out. So that is on the 10th fret of the D string. And you can hear it, that he hangs on that note for a really, really long time as it goes back into the verse. Just like that. So that's the second solo, and then for the remainder of the song it just plays that intro chorus riff. It just plays that out several times all the way through to the end of the song, and then it finally finishes on a C chord. But that is all the parts on how to play Anarchy in the UK. The intro / chorus riff, the verse riff, and the 2 solos, and the chords going underneath the solos as well. And there you have it, my friends. That's how you play Anarchy in the UK by the Sex Pistols. Iconic song. I'm pretty sure even if you don't play guitar or are even into music, everyone knows that song. It's an absolute classic. So hopefully you enjoyed the lesson. If you did, please consider hitting the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss a single upload. As I mentioned, I upload every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Feel free to give the video a like as well, that really helps out with the channel. Comment below what's your favourite Sex Pistols song. Don't forget to check out the playlist, there'll be one popping up somewhere around here. Check out the lessons on the channel. With that being said, enjoy the cover tomorrow, and I'll see you in the next video. Catch ya.